Shams treats him like an old friend, kneels down to his eye level,
And gives him a mirror.
a silver mirror, to remind him that you bear God within you. Just a beautiful act of seeing someone who feels unseen, a reminder of inherent divinity.
He also tells that story, sweet blasphemy.
Ah, yes, Moses and the shepherd, where the shepherd's prayer is sincere but totally unconventional, sounds like blasphemy to Moses.
But God says.
To me, they were sweet blasphemy. It's a direct hit against rigid orthodoxy. Sincerity, purity of heart, that's what matters, more than following rules perfectly. Authenticity and faith.
And to really drive home that freedom from convention, he uses the tavern test.
Right. Challenging novices, even Rumi himself, to drink wine in public, which was forbidden.
What? Just to shock people.
No, it was to teach them to break free from worrying about reputation, about what others think, to cultivate inner freedom.
And Rumi does it, even though he'd never drunk wine.
He does. He trusts Shams implicitly, saying it's because of the love between us. That moment really shows the depth of their bond and Shams' unconventional methods to push Rumi beyond intellect into experience.
But it wasn't all smooth sailing, this path of love. There's the story of Kimya.
Rumi's stepdaughter, yeah. She falls deeply in love with Shams, even seeks help from Desert Rose, a former harlot, to try and win him over.
The Shams rejects her?
He rejects her physical advances, yeah. Tells her all you want is to pamper your bruised ego. It's harsh.
And the outcome is tragic.
She's heartbroken, falls ill, and dies, feeling the smell of death. Her mother, Kara, and others blame Shams, though Kara also questions, how can you attribute such things to Shams? Is he God?
It shows the painful side, doesn't it? That spiritual paths aren't always easy, and love can demand difficult transformations.
Exactly. It can be agonizing. This higher love often requires a kind of self-transcendence.
And Shams's presence generally caused a huge stir, right? Gossip, accusations.
Oh, immense vilification. People call him an assassin, a sorcerer who'd put a spell on Rumi. The usual reactions to someone who disrupts the status quo.
Even Rumi's own sons resented him.
Particularly Aladdin. He felt Shams was taking their father away, ruining his reputation. Though Sultan Walid, the other son, initially worried but eventually became a follower. So Shams was divisive even within the family.
And this tension, it leads to violence.
It culminates in a plot to kill Shams. There's this character, the killer narrator, who overhears the plan in a tavern, involving Baybars, Irshad, Jackalhead.
And the narrator leads them to Shams.
Leads into the courtyard, yes, but apparently doesn't strike the blow himself.
But Shams is killed by the mob.
He is. The source says Rumi finds him later, possibly in a well, and lets out this terrifying scream.
Heartbreaking. But what's profound is what happens after Shams's death, and his brief return and final departure.
That's when Rumi, already the wizard of words, truly becomes a chanting heart.
He starts dictating his poetry.
Spontaneously, the Mathnawi. Dictating it to scribes like Saladin and Hussam Chalabi. It's like Shams's presence and then his absence unlocked this deeper, divine channel within him.
Wow. And Rumi also introduces the Sima dance, the whirling dervishes.
Yes. He explains its spiritual meaning. One hand pointed up to the sky, the other hand pointing down to earth.
Every speck of love we receive from God, we pledge to distribute to the people.
It's this beautiful embodiment of oneness, connection, becoming a channel for divine love, connecting heaven and earth through the human heart.
So when we step back and connect these two stories, Ella's modern journey and Rumi's ancient one, the parallels are just undeniable, aren't they?
They really are striking. Both respected figures in their own worlds, but inwardly unfulfilled.
Until they meet this catalytic figure, Aziz for Ella, Shams for Rumi, unconventional, challenging.
Pushing them towards this radical self-transformation, emphasizing the heart over the head.
And that idea of mirroring seems key too.
Definitely. The, quote, believers are each other's mirrors, is right there in the source. And think about the gifts Aziz gives Ella the dervish necklace. Shams gives Hassan the leper the silver mirror.
It reinforces that idea of self-discovery through seeing ourselves reflected in others, especially those who challenge us.
Exactly. And both Rumi's and Aziz's lives show that transformation isn't like a one-time thing. It's an endless spiral, a constant process of becoming.
Fueled by love and awareness.
Right. And ultimately, the novel really champions love as the path to truth, to spiritual awakening.
That quote says it all. Love cannot be explained. It can only be experienced.
Love cannot be explained, yet it explains all. It's a love that embraces everything, the good and the bad, like in the garden of love with its flowers and thorns. Radical acceptance.
And the Sufi path, as the novel shows it, is really about shedding that false ego, the nafs.
Yeah, to find the perfect human being, the insane Kamala. The complete human, the universal man, someone who has fully realized their divine potential, mirroring God's attributes. It's quite a vision of what humans can be.
It truly is. So we've journeyed across continents, across centuries. We've seen how this profound Sufi wisdom, especially through Shams, can spark these deep transformations, even today.
From Ella's very structured life finding that secret color, that spark.
To Rumi's scholarly world exploding into becoming a chanting heart, our deep dive really shows that the journey within, that's the one that matters most.
Absolutely.
And hopefully you've gained some insight into how these deep changes can happen, not just for famous historical figures, but in ordinary lives too. Maybe just by embracing a little curiosity, being open to the unexpected.
And the source material leaves us with that powerful thought. For every Sufi who dies, another is born somewhere. Our religion is the religion of love, and we are all connected in a chain of hearts.
A chain of hearts. So, considering that, maybe the question for you is, what personal transformation might you be on the verge of, and what rules, internal or external, might you need to reevaluate to embrace it fully?